you know, it is I, Warrior Junior. I'm here. I'm here for you people. Random, but I have a friend, and he always likes to go, thoughts. Your pots to my pots. Your pots to my pots. I've always wondered that. Like, it's a porn guy, Peter North, right? And he's jacking off with some girl, like some hot chick, and there's another guy, and they're both like, coming in their face, right? Like that guy, he's a gay. So I've always wondered, like, is he kind of weird, huh? Can you imagine, like, you think like he's looking at the girl, like to get excited, but he's actually looking at the other guy's dick, like it's and getting excited. It's a weird profession, like a weird thought process because they have these like fluffers. You ever hear of that? That's like where, let's say the guy is, he's gay, like he's fucking a woman, but there's like off camera, like right off camera, there's like a good looking gay guy, so he's like looking, oh, big, looking at the guy getting excited. It's warped. I know it doesn't make no sense. I have to admit, it looks good on camera, like it really looks like the guy is really fulfilling his fantasy dream. Can you imagine that? The guy is gay and he's fucking beautiful women. I mean, a lot of it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know this older porn star, and I asked her, I said, why did you get into it? She goes, it's the money. It's the money. So I kind of have to get them too. If you have a family, you don't want them to know, oh, I'm getting fucked in the ass. Dude, this is crazy shit. You don't want that to kind of get out. But I remember like Christy Canyon said once. She goes, she did porn, and then she college, and guys were, they knew who she was. They were making fun of that. It kind of sucks making fun. These women do a great service. They they give you something to fantasize about. And if you're cool like me, close to about 50 years old, you can remember VHS tapes. You can remember DVDs. VHS tapes. That's like real OG. If you're, I still have. They're in a box right here, but I don't have the covers, but I have the tapes. Compilation scenes and stuff, and um, it's just pretty cool, that well, the way it was back then. um, so anyway, so a little bit of my thoughts on, you know, hey, I like, I talked to my friend New a couple hours, well, it's already 3 in the morning, so maybe 5 hours ago, and you know, well, I'm trying to remember what the relative point was. I told him the story about he's schlepping around trying to meet women. He goes, "What do you have to offer?" kind of thing. And I remember this. I basically put women into categories. There's women that just turn me on sexually that I just want to have fun with, and then there might be a woman that might be a relationship. My ex-girlfriend, she was kind of neither because she wasn't sexually arousing to me, and she wouldn't really offer me anything. So there's no relationship. So it was a 0 plus 0, and that equaled eventually 0. Me leaving. Well, I think it was a mutual thing. She kept hounding me, but I just stopped hanging out with her. And eventually, she finally gave up. She used to brag she dated Bruce Willis. She knew Troy Aikman, all these fucking things. She thinks she's something. She won the Miss, especially if you're a kid, and she's just a very kid, jealous cunt. And I said this is not not a viable relationship because, I don't want to rehash, go back and go over everything, but she wouldn't give me anything. Like if a woman that's rich won't even buy you a $10,000 Rolex, then you're generally with the wrong person. I know that might sound a little gold diggerish on my part, but let me tell you something. Money's a tool, and if you've got millions and millions of dollars and the love of your life, whatever, I was going fairly cheap. I was going for just a Datejust, Wimbledon model, not in stainless, not fucking solid gold or anything really crazy. But it wouldn't matter because if I asked for that, I should be able to get that. You got to understand, we're talking women that own multiple houses, who knows how much money in the bank, all this kind of shit, and just cheap as fuck. So, fuck, she's a cunt, and to hell with her. So, on to really women that I can enjoy. Like I talked about this before. There's this Latina chick who I have not been able to get a hold of for a while, but she does me right for 200. So I'm glad to give it to her because she's fun. But it's not a relation. More women to your bullpen. I I it's difficult. It's difficult, because again, I talked about. I don't want to go back and rehash about what happened last Friday night, last Saturday night. It all doesn't matter what night right now. Saturday, there's another tournament on Monday. Saturday is kind of not practical for me to get out there. Very expensive to stay Saturday night. I have to sell some gold between now and then. I can't wait till the weekend. So literally tomorrow, I gotta, schlep my ass down. I offered. I have a good friend. And he's just like, I don't think he's a cheap tightwad. I offered. He kept saying, "Well, I went to the card shows and I'm looking for Willie Mays cards and stuff." And I said, I got some stuff for you. I can put together a little package, for like $1,000. Solid cards, but they weren't like high grade. High grade, they go for thousands. So it was like maybe $1,200-$1,500 worth of cards for $1,000. And they're all graded and everything. And he calls me back and goes, nah. It's like, guy wants like high-end shit for a bargain. He has no fucking idea how hard. I showed some of my cards on some of my podcasts here, webcast, whatever, and you have no fucking idea. You go on eBay, you're not gonna find Willie Mays cards in near mint eights or sevens, eights, and better for bargain prices, and it's like they're cash. There's only so many of them, and people want good money. But he just, I don't understand. So why you show looking at cards? You out of your fucking mind. He's gonna break the NBA the record. I told him. I said, you're out of your fucking mind. You think you're gonna find a bargain? Like these young kids, and he's telling me, well, no, all these cards are gonna go to shit, and they're all gonna need money. You're out of your fucking mind. A lot of those kids that have they make their money in Bitcoin, crypto, whatever. They got fucking money, and those cards are gonna fucking hold. They're not gonna go to shit because those kids are not stupid like you're thinking. I used to think they were stupid, but they're not. They back the market based on the great players. Combo, John Morant, any of those guys, Luka Doncic, but come on, man, you telling me like LeBron, his cards ain't going down. Kobe cards ain't going down like the helicopter, okay? It's only going up. Kobe was this fucking legend. He's really well loved and liked, always will be. I'm surprised Shaq cards don't go for really that much compared to, but you're talking, you're talking about Jordan, you're talking about Kobe, you're talking about these guys. Like, you think you're going to get those cards at a bargain? You're out of your fucking mind. I told him, I said, dude, those fucking cards, everybody collects the same thing. They all want the GOAT. They all want LeBron. They all want Jordan. They all want Kobe as a memory for what he did. He only signed so many cards. Like it's a big deal. It's like I had the Stan Lee signed comic book. Gave away a lot of, I have a tendency to do what I call throw-ins. When I'm selling like a pile of comics, and the guy, oh, I'll buy this one for 800, this one for 700, and then the ones I get back, I go, well, how much for, and I said, well, I already made good money on this. How much do you want for give me for this one? And if it's a fair price, if it's good, I just add the cash. I add up the cash. I look at it like that. Now there was one comic book when I went to the Torpedo Con at the I did really well. I did really well. I wanted to making 3,000 show. I was really happy about that. I brought 15 graded comics that remain from everything else, and this one guy, Sacramento comic dealer, bought everything in this one comic book that he offered, lowballed me on. He didn't mind. I wound up selling that across the hall for top dollar. So I walked out with about 3,000. I thought I was gonna have about $1,500. So I did. I was really happy. About sometimes you do pretty well. Cards, I've done it with gold too. Like I've done it when I've sold to like coin dealers, to get the extra money because some I just don't want to carry stuff back, even if it's small stuff. I'd rather take kind of a smaller loss and have the cash because the power of having more money would help me make more money generally. Or it just seems, what it is. It just seems like cash is hard to come by. Everything they say money is the most common thing. Let me tell you something. It's hard to find places, that buy hard coins. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go to sell it online? You go JM Bullion or something. These coin stores, some of them they try to lowball you. So sometimes it's hard to move products. And I'm just talking about gold, man. I mean, what if you have like baseball memorabilia that might be worth something? Put it in wait weeks, and then people look at it. It's really hard sometimes to turn something quickly. And that's a problem. Like you know, it's I grew up in the convention scene, and I really didn't start a business, and I lost all my money, playing poker, like cash for as much as I could. Now, I know I'm talking about going to Vegas and playing the World Series events, your championship. It cost me $300. I had to sell this Angelina Jolie card. It was really nice to finance to get the 300 to play in it. And do I regret it? Yeah, but because I didn't place in the money, but I had to play in the fucking event. I had to fucking play. And you have to understand, I spent thousands upon thousands of dollars and hours. So we say a beach in the harbor and years. And I said, what? I gotta fucking do this. It's coming up. There's an event on Saturday. There's an event on Monday that I would love to play in. So, it's like you can't think about the money, the entry fee, whatever. It is what it is, and it's like this. Just pay it and fucking go there, do attack, and win the fuck. I know that sounds so easy. It's like probably 400 players in each event, but impossible in 3 days. If shit runs your way and you're strong, you're solid, and you're gonna go further. You'll make day two, and then if you're the chip leader, you can lean on people. Like it's very possible to win an event if you've got in your mind that it's your time. You suffered enough. You know, these people, they're not pro players. Unlike with them, they play for the big money. What I'm playing in is one of the smaller events. So, and I'm not sure there's, you know, but I played, I'm trained in the school of hard knocks. You understand? I played Commerce Casino and the Bicycle Club are the strongest players in Los Angeles are. That play for the most money. So you're talking about like real borderline professionals, these Asian players. They're no fucking joke. And I played against these guys all day and all fucking night. Many times. But my point, you know, I'm not intimidated. I'm not scared like I used to be. I used to be intimidated and scared in these tournaments. Not anymore. You know, I've been through that all. So not scared to lose an entry fee. The dirty dog, you know, the Greyhound that goes there like, you know, either Saturday there's like a midnight bus. It gets you there 5 in the morning. You know, it's like I've done it before. I've done that before. So in the events, it's like you know, I got to get there and just Saturday just get on the fucking midnight bus and be there 5 in the morning. Then that's the way. Um, if I decide to go, if not, to fly out for Monday would be easier. During the week, of course, you know that Saturday night rubs me wrong because they nail you on hotel, and I know I need a fucking room. I can't stay up for 48 hours. You know, I need a room to you know to relax after if I you know even if I get knocked out day one, I need a room to go Saturday night. You know, I can't fucking be walking around. You know, it's stupid. I love my room there when I get there. You know, not just sitting around the lobby for 5 hours after you spent 5 hours to get whatever, you know, the airport or bus or however the fuck you get there. You want your place to throw your shit down, you know. Um, you know, I'm gonna tell you. So I did a little walking around midnight, 1 o'clock, and let me tell you something about Los Angeles. This is a fucking ridiculous place. What this is turning into. I used to be able to go out during the week. I don't care Tuesday, whatever, every fucking during the day. I mean at night, and there were places to go. They were hopping. Music was bumping. You could get in. I know I've talked about this. The club scene's changed, but I went down Sunset, and it's like a fucking ghost town. I mean, you know, this fucking place. There is a piggy bar, but that ain't happening. You know, the strip club right next to it, and it's like the same crop of dudes. They're all just sitting in there, nursing their beer, passing. It's not good. And now it's like awful. You know, there's no excitement here. There's nothing. And you know, I slept all the way to Orange County. I slept all the way to Orange County, hoping for something different, hoping to find somebody different, hoping for a better scene. And it's just disheartening. Um, you know, it's just it is. It sucks. It really, really sucks. You know, you go out there wherever, whenever, and it's just nothing. You know, it's not fun. The scene sucks. The music sucks. The places suck. And the people suck. So it's really now. I know I've been in one of my moods about going up and approaching women when with guys, and you know, it's kind of hard on my block. I saw like for people to be protective. You know, like and you know, it's just so odd. I know it sounds so fucking odd about. I feel like if I don't make my presence known and my intentions known, then basically what I'm just doing is I'm living to what most of these people are in my area. Like they maybe walk their dog, you know, at night, they stay at home, you know, they're scared, they watch the news, it scares the crap out of them, scared guys, wherever, you know, a conservative type place where even on the week it's amazing. It's amazing what my area, this whole West Hollywood adjacent, you know, everything is like it's a quiet ghost town. It really is. You know, it's really amazing. People don't enjoy their lives. You know, I go in a place like Craig's, and even on a Saturday night or Friday night, like 9, 10 o'clock, when it's the most busiest, it's not a good scene. It's like you got about 15, 20 people, can't dance, can't do nothing. These people kind of know each other, and then these guys drunk come in there, like, buy a bottle. It's not fun. It's not. It's just not fun. It's not fun to me. Um, it's amazing. The same with these bartenders. It's like go in there, the bartenders, and what the fuck are they doing? They're not even by the bar. It's just, and I just don't have the answers anymore. I don't have the answers of where to go to have fun. I really don't have the answers. I told my friend Newman, I think we went out to Bogies one time. That's in Westlake Village. That's like, lighting is good. It's not too dark. But the drawback is it's so damn that you're talking like Thousand Oaks. It probably would cost me $100 to get home from there, and that's to schlep all the way out to one place to be able to pay $100 to come back home. I mean, it's like what I do in Orange County, but it's to go to a different county. This would be just to go out dancing once. I mean, that's beginning to get ridiculous at that point. Consideration getting out there. I don't think the Metrolink turns. It goes like the Chatsworth. I don't think you can't get to there is a bus, a Metro bus that goes out there. So it would be comparable to me schlepping all the way to Orange County, but worse because that bus is such a long, monotonous ride. During the day, that's like boils down to I had a little bit of good news, as far as my doctorate pursuit goes, because I was 86 or I was put on probation from Liberty University, where I wound up repeating 2 courses, and I guess they finally sided with me to take me off probation, so I'm eligible, to continue if I want to go through there. But the school I'm at is kind of easy, so it's like, why? You gotta be careful, like when I've been kicked out of programs and stuff. I hold 4 college degrees, but the losses I've taken too, as far as, being kicked out of CSUN, being kicked out of Dominguez Hills, 86 from Liberty initially, 86 from Franklin University, and every reason, every every degree, everything has a reason, and bad. Like I was able, to persevere through all the bad shit that happened to me, um, from all the schools I mentioned. So, I want to get that doctorate, but you got to understand these schools, they're in business to make money. That doesn't mean they'll hold you back like your grades just for more money, but the thing is, I weigh out the time, and I put in a long time so far. I'm about 2 classes from the dissertation phase with both schools, and they make it sound like, oh, you're so close. I mean, many people go to ADD off a dissertation, and they don't get through it for whatever reason. Um, Probably there's people reading 100 pages or whatever. So, Franklin, I passed all my classes, and they fucked me on the comprehensive exam, which shouldn't even have been judged by a committee. In the beginning, it should have just been one person. But it doesn't matter. What matters is now. And what bothers me again is that, you put all this work for a doctorate degree, it makes money, you give you a nice piece of paper, you're a quote unquote doctor, and then good luck, go out there and get a job. Good luck. Good luck. Because I hold 4 degrees, and I've never had one employer reach out to me after all the applications I sent in with all my college degrees, my associates, my bachelor's, my master's, and my EDS degree, my postmaster's degree, and all the doctoral work I've done so far, which as of right now is quite a fucking substantial amount, add it all up. So, I've never doctorate in a community community colleges, I see, a lot of doctors, they're deans, they work all their day. I remember this guy, a doctor of anthropology, he had a doctorate. He was teaching at LACC, community college, and it's like, wow, this is the way it is. That's the way it is. So it doesn't hold that much water. I did tell that to the administration at Franklin, and they got defensive about it because I said, look, you guys, I'm telling you the way that it is, and they don't like that. They don't like, because they expect you to be young and stupid, like, oh, and they make a big deal, the graduation, capping down, and then your family, it's a big to-do. You're paying for all that. You're paying for the capping. And so it's like, you got to understand something. It's you know, it's not all cracked up to be what it is. The feeling of graduating, it lasts for a little while. You do all that work, you graduate, they give you a nice piece of paper, no matter if it's an associate's, a bachelor's, a master's, a PhD, or whatever. In my case, PDD. I mean, I'm sorry. There's people getting jobs out there, but not me. Not me. I applied UNLV. I applied CSN. Places that I want to build a life out there. In Vegas. I'm not gonna fucking, Los Angeles. I'm not going to be your typical, putzer. Where you're working for peanuts and your money doesn't carry, and that's what happens in Los Angeles. Unless you're a doctor, a lawyer, something real big, how you can afford your own property here? You're not. You're fooling yourself. Unless you're a very successful actor or somebody really that's kicking ass and they own their own house or something, you're nothing. You're nothing as far as owning your own property. So I'm just opening up honesty about what I think, what I think happens. Like what is going on here. Like I've lost inspiration. I've lost my drive in Los Angeles. I lost my hope. I just don't believe, that what I put my heart and soul into didn't amount to a hill of beans, and, dancing, it's amazing. If I had a dollar for everybody that told me how good of a dancer for 30 years, I'd be pretty rich. So my point is that, my point is that, sometimes, it's time to give up. It's time to give up on something and being in a place that there's nothing to be had. I got a friend, he's a good guy, but he's a delusional person too, like I used to be. I thought big and everything, and or being in the business, and it's just not going to happen. I'm too old, and I just don't believe, what I mean? So, and the woman that I thought was so incredibly never reached out to me. So she's, kind of crushed my spirit. Getting a job out there in Vegas and then getting a good condo in a nice little area for like $100,000. That's my own. Maybe get lucky with them. These women are good, they're real hot. Got good bodies and everything. I just feel that LA is too overrun with paranoia and everybody wants the conservative kind of lifestyle. They don't really loose. Women don't let loose here, and that's all these Schwarzes. I see all the time and fit in. I don't fit like this negative garbage places that I can't get in, you know, and dance, and it's nonsense. It really is. It really is, you know. Fag places, you know, gay parades coming up in here in a couple days. And, oh boy, that's really lovely. It's another reason I want to get out of here for like 4 or 5 days. I don't be around these fucking fags, you know. So, I'm sorry, you know, I don't mean this, but I do mean it because it's my anger and my frustration that 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 I, you know, I can't believe that I mean no harm. You know, I can't believe women don't want me. You know, like I know it sounds. You know, they say, well, you don't have any confidence, and so then you go around and try to build that confidence toward you. You know, like it's such a disheartening, disheartening life. Crushing. It's crushing. So, with all of that being said, you know, my plan, I want to go to Vegas. The doctor degree, it's going to take a long fucking time. Probably, if I wind up switching, going back to Liberty, then it could take me even longer. Once you start the dissertation phase at any school, you have to stay in. So, you know, and you're looking at close to a year. So I just don't care. You know, I thought, oh, try to get that paper fast. Try to get it fast. You can't. There's no fast doctor. You know, your doctor of ministry or something. Like, oh crap, free. But you know, it's like I went for something decent, doctor of education. You know, and I just can't believe that whatever applications I've sent in, nobody's reached out to me. Like they don't care. It's like, wow, he's got a master's, he's got an EDS, which is like halfway to doctor, and then I passed all my classes leading to the comp exams at doc. I mean, it's like I'm borderline dissertation right there, and they just don't care. Like it doesn't matter, you know. So I just they don't care. They don't reach out to you. They don't want to. I remember when I went to CSUN, there was a young guy who was teaching undergrad geography, and he was working on his PhD. So it's the same thing like me. It's like I'm working on my EDD. I got so many fucking classes I passed. It's ridiculous. You know, and I'm damn near close to doctoral study dissertation at the school in life when nobody gives you a chance. You know, you got to make your own chance. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Go to the school, knock on their door, and say, hey, you got to hire me? Like, it doesn't work that way. And everything is computer electronic. I know it's connections and nepotism and stuff, but you know, what has broken my will is just lack of opportunity. I applied for post office jobs in Vegas. They never reached out. I applied for where nobody's reached market. I hold a fucking master's degree in phys ed. Well, you know, you're out of your fucking mind. You're gonna go work for Amazon in a warehouse for $17 an hour when I hold 4 college degrees, almost a doctor. Are you out of your fucking? You're gonna go be a personal trainer in a fucking gym. I have a master's science degree in physics. That fucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind. Whole society is backwards. The schools are laughing behind. I guarantee we give them a nice piece of paper for the years and in my case, decades. I've been in school for decades. I went back to school when I was 35 in 2008, a little before November. So I was 34. I went back to get my associate's degree, just to get the associates, just to get that, because I started college in 1991, believe it or not, 90 fucking one. Okay, but I was there to play baseball. So, and then I wound up working my way on the team in 93, 94. So all the college, you got to be eligible. You got to be full-time student. I did, but my grandfather died in 94, and I kind of just gave up. But then I picked it up again in the late 90s, around 2000. Because I heard of these minor league independent teams. So, after that, I done with baseball at 31. After I became a professional player for one fucking day, and that'll be a subject for another discussion. Um, I I went back to get my associate's degree, and I've talked about this already. And patient go to Cal State. I was right there already, so I wanted to get in that. And then, at the time, it was bad timing, so that one of the schools let me in. So I wanted just going there on the weekends. It was ridiculous. Then I wound up going to see some, not much better for a year. Um, and then I thought, well, just keep bouncing around, go online, those schools, Cal State, Long Beach, whatever. And they wouldn't, no place would let me in anymore because they said, well, you're using up all your financial aid at these Cal States and you're not really progressing toward a degree, so we can't, you're done. National University, and that's when I kind of got serious about school. That's when I really said, you know what, I'm just going to do the work. They're going to give me money, but I'm going to do the fucking work. And I loved it. One class a month, like literally one class every 4 weeks. And I went to the library every fucking day they were open. And I didn't have a computer at home yet, really. I did. I had a Dell Tower, a library. And, it took me a year and a half. I was well into online learning. I knew how to do it. I knew how to type up the papers. I knew how to do PowerPoint presentations. I knew how to get on video like this. It all came very, very easy. I found a school that was very affordable, all online, NMU, Eastern New Mexico University. And after 3 years, I got my master's degree. I took my time. I did it really slow because I was able to get some money. So, I got my master's. And then I said, I'm going to keep going. I want to be a doctor. I want to get my doctorate. And I remember, I saw these programs that just looked like, and I liked it. It was like 30 units, 30 credits, same thing as a master's. So I said, I can do, did work. I went to University of North Carolina. I took one class. No, Central Missouri. I'm sorry, Central Missouri, UCM. And I even paid out of pocket. Like I was very determined, even when I paid a little out of pocket, serious about school at that point. I got a master's, got my EDS degree, and then a little bit of difficulty continuing to get my doctorate because Liberty University had issues with their threw me for a loop. That got me on probation in their doctorate program. So I wound up leaving their doctorate program and going to Franklin University, where it wasn't easy to finish all the classes, but I did. I wanted going back to Liberty University, and I paid out of pocket for 2 classes, which I got 2 B's in. I thought I was good, but they told me only one's acceptable. For some reason, they changed that on my degree plan. So now I'm at university, and they accepted a lot of the work that I handed. They gave me basically a year and a half program to get a doctorate. Letting me in like a 1, 2, 3 deal. One, I needed a law class and a 3 dissertation doctoral study. So I said, you know what, I can do this. So I got an A in the law class right now. The first research course is basically done. I know I got an A. I'm waiting for the grade to post in a month. Then the second research course starts in July. So, it's a slow, kind of thing, but I can get it. I know I can do it. If I wind up going back to Liberty, it's the same kind of thing, but looks like even a little bit dissertation phase with them is 15 credits, so that's even longer. Um, they give me more money, so like I sit there and I say to myself, value of this. What makes you think when you get the doctorate degree it's going to be any fucking different? So I'm thinking, stay with Trident, it, and then if you want, go back to Liberty and you get a second one if you want. Like that's probably the smartest thing to do. It takes time. It's just such a shame. This whole school jack off process of no opportunity. Like one guy's telling me, "Oh, go to the department, try to network with people, try to go." It's fucking nonsense. You're gonna go there, hope to meet somebody, hope to they're gonna hire you. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Like I'm almost 50 years old. I'm not 25 years old getting a doctorate. I'm 50. I'm not gonna fucking run around and beg these people for anything. You know, I'm not. Like thinking just to be a professional student. Like what else is there to do? Like if nobody's gonna hire you for anything substantial, you could just literally stay in school the rest of your life. Go after a different degree. Go to another school. You can do this for the rest of your life. You can. And you can rack $1 million in student loan debt, maybe close to 2 million. You go to an expensive school and just keep going. I'm not recommending, but isn't that what the government does? They just borrow and borrow and borrow. Same thing. It's like you could do the same thing if you want. If you've got no hope like me, like if I'm not going to be some peon, a menial schlep rock guy. I'm too old. I don't have the energy, and I'm not going to work for peanuts. It doesn't. It's stupid. And my friend goes, "Oh, you're never going to meet women now. I'm going to have nothing to offer." And I go, "Look, never have nothing to offer anyway. Lawyer, like you should become successful. I chose dancing with this, so it's all my fault. Everything." With that all being said, I'm gonna make some pasta. I'm going to play in that fucking tournament, and I just gotta get away from this fucking area. It sucks here. It just really, really sucks. People think I'm insane, like when they really do. Like I'm walking around, like, and what's going on with me. They don't know that you know a woman. How can a woman understand? They get everything given to them, and I know in the way they do. When they're young, they get a good boost. They go to college when they're young. They land a good job. They're pretty. Everybody tells them how they are. Guys want to fuck them. Guys give them everything, and it's just wow, they want me. I really, I just can't believe that somebody. This is my mom said. This is L.A. Everybody just for what you have, the money, the status, which you're famous, and I just was never able to figure it out. Never able to put that together to equate to be successful. And those people, a lot of people come here. They already got money. They got a good boost. All these Persians and these din 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 din. These um, sand niggers. I don't know what the hell. You know what I mean? Those Saudi Arabia is the rich. They come here. They got money. Like they come from money, and so they don't need. They got everything given to them. And I shouldn't apologize for using that word, but it's just I'm jealous. I'm angry. Like I got nothing, and these guys got all these voices. They got reason. I feel like God is punishing me just for being alive. You give these fucking movies, these fucking Schwarzes, these Lamborghinis. I don't know how they, how the fuck they have. Like I don't get it. Like how, they're not. Again, I'm almost a doctor. Like, how are you fucking smarter than me? I just don't get it. I don't get it a lot. Well, I know exactly what happened. course, what happens is the real estate down there in that garbage ghetto, you know, selling those cheap homes for like $1 million, and they go and they buy a Lamborghini for $500,000. They don't know nothing about investing. They know nothing about nothing. Just they got the mommy and dad, whatever, left in the house. So it's easy. Place, guys, fucking microphone become famous that way. You know, congratulations, you're real talent. You know, so, all these morons to follow you and you pay everything. You got no fucking talent or skill. I can make those guys look like faggots on the dance floor. I really can. I really can. You know, like it's amazing that because they have no soul. They don't have soul. They yell on a microphone, but they don't know what real heart is about dancing. They don't know G funk or popping, locking, boogalooing. You know, it's a stupid dance, C-walk, skip around, transition, which I can do better than all of them combined. You know, so it's really funny that that was bankable. That was I'm a dancer, I'm a street dancer, and the conversation was over at that point. Anyway, so you know, that's what I choose the wrong passions. Where there's no money to be made. Endeavor. Nobody will look at my. Even though I carry my dance movie scripts to Craig's. Nobody came up to me and wanted to know what I've written. It doesn't fucking matter, you know. You know, people they say they're so nice people. The J-Los, the Paula Abduls, the Brady, like they really think they're gonna help or give back. Somebody's written a beautiful inspirational story, you know, and they wouldn't even consider it for a second. You know, they wouldn't even listen to me like I'm so far beneath them. So, you know, God will punish all these people. You know, they will make them way older than any of them. They're never going to help me out. You know, they don't care to give back or anything. Stallone, all these fucking people, they just don't care. They got more money than God, and they just don't know what to do with it. You know, it's really amazing to me. Really amazing to me. So. With all of that being said, you know, meanwhile they make a movie Top Gun, you know, they bring back, well, because it's Tom Cruise, you know, like this little fag, closet fag, you know, they guys like the one, like the Johnny Depp's a rare one dude that is bankable, you know, they give them everything, and then everybody else is like nothing, you know, it's just a lucky fag, you know, that's all it is, that's all it is, you know. And his time will run out one day too. And that'll be it. It's just people. Next time around, next life, you know, next life, those people are gonna go to hell. You know, we're all gonna go to fucking hell. Yeah. If I had money, like, and somebody tried to reach out to me, I would do everything I could to try to help somebody that wrote a beautiful dance movie. Unfucking believable. It just doesn't. It doesn't. It's amazing. It really is amazing that you know that guy that lives with my friend claims he's written so much stuff and he's homeless. You know, like he just, you know, it's like all this shit people write. It all means nothing. You know, it's like well because it's easy to write. Apparently, it doesn't cost you anything. You need to write something, and if nobody buys it, then nobody reads it, nobody cares about it. What do you have? You got just a lot of crap on a piece of paper that no one gives a shit about. So publish. Who cares? Who's gonna buy your book? Who's gonna buy your script? Who's gonna the ideas and do this shit? Oh, film it yourself. I'm not a filmmaker. You can see I can barely be here and talk. You know that I can do. I'm not a special effects. I don't know how to fucking do anything. You know, that's for a young person. You know to do that. My time's over already. You know, like it's done. I'm trying to get like a couple last hurrahs in life while I'm still here. A couple last little anything. You know, like I'm lucky. I get a check every month to survive, and you can thank that to all the fucking people out there that make life so difficult, you know, to like the hiring. They won't hire you. Like these schools, you know, they don't need you. So all of this adds up to a system that doesn't work. It just all doesn't work. I got a friend, he wanted to be a history teacher and he couldn't get his master's. Well, he could have, but he didn't listen to me about changing, you know, his mode to get it. But even if he would have got his master's, he would have had a hell of a time trying to get a job. You know, like it's that hard, it's that competitive. You know, I just said I'm gonna make something meat. I don't care. You know, I can't help you. You can't help me. And this is the way life goes. You know, everybody stay. The rich stay behind their bushes, protected, and the poor people scrounge for the couple dollars they're